Hello, my beautiful family, and welcome back. If you're new, what up? I didn't recap the last episode, and I'm not going to because nobody cares about the old episodes. I thought that this channel would earn me some passive income, but no. Once the latest episode has been released, nobody wants to see the old stuff. They want the new episodes, and my calendar has been so filled up with doctor's appointments for my kids and dentist appointments. My son needs an x-ray. Taking my son back to the doctors is always very difficult for me. It's a really long story, and I know nobody cares. I just wanted to say I'm sorry if that my videos have been late. I'm sorry if my mood is a little funky. Sometimes it's just very difficult for me to separate real life from a silly talking Linda head. Real quick, we're going to talk about Dempsey and Statler. Then we have a new couple. I'm excited to get into them. Also, I'm excited to see what Tata and James have been up to. I feel like these two have been carrying the season. But first, Statler and Dempsey.
Earlier today, Statler arrived in the UK, and even though she's stressed about van life, I thought that she would still be excited to see me.
So in the last episode, Statler was extremely annoyed when she arrived. Prior to leaving, she wasn't in a good mood about it. She didn't have any confidence in this decision. They lost her luggage, and then as soon as she landed, Dempsey wanted to take her straight to the van and begin their adventure, and she's like, I just want to shower and sleep. Thank you.
I know that we had just had the little thing in the taxi when I told you to off. I didn't mean it. I'm just, because I'm so excited, I wanted you to be excited with me.
Statler's like, yeah, I get it. They lost my luggage. I've been on a plane all day. I'm hungry. I'm cranky. I'm sorry that I'm not a ball of sunshine for you. Statler's like, God, I wish that she would just understand that I'm in a trash mood right now, okay? I'm not eager to just jump into a van. I want a good night's sleep on a mattress, okay? And Dempsey over here is just acting like, oh, yippee, we're gonna start a new life together. I read somewhere that Dempsey was like raised the carny life, just living nomadic lifestyle, traveling all around. I don't know if that's true. The van rolls up and Dempsey's like, oh my gosh, it's here, it's happening. And Statler's like, why are the tires so freaking small?
Oh, they're quite big.
I feel like your definition of big is very different from mine.
Obviously, Statler is not excited at all. Dempsey, on the other hand, is looking around, seeing all of the possibilities, and she starts dreaming out loud. Statler's like, yeah, you know, I think I can live here.
Once I finally saw it, it was like, okay, now we have a place to stay. It looks livable. Things are good.
So despite Statler complaining the whole way home, they pack up the van with the remainder of their belongings and head off. Statler still looking very uncomfortable, but we're moving on to the Irish fighter who likes MILFs.
You what?
And I like American Italian MILFs. It's like, talk dirty to be okay. Say coffee. What the That's not dirty. Say dog.
Unlike other Irishmen, he doesn't drink and he doesn't burn in the sun.
I don't burn in the sun. I get a nice tan.
Oh, well, aren't you lucky, you Irish bastard? I got my Irish genes from my dad and he still tans darker than me. Mr. Ireland has found his Italian-American MILF in Joanne.
My name is Joanne. I am 43 and I'm from Long Island, New York. I am a mom of two.
You need help or no?
She has two boys, an 18-year-old and a 12-year-old. Joanne was previously married. She got married when she was 18 and stayed married for 11 years. After her divorce, she didn't have a desire to get back into the dating scene. She wanted to focus on her boys and building up her business as a psychic medium.
I like all that. I'm into energy in the universe and didn't know what the hell was going on in my life. So I was like, oh, let's see what she says.
She tells us that she was unable to lock into his energy, which was a sign to her that this man was something significant. And within 3 weeks of chatting online, she said he is the one. It took her 9 months to finally work up the courage to pack up her life in America and leave. When she arrived, sparks were flying because this MILF has a great set of knockers.
Bruh.
The busty MILF. He's got a great set of
His teeth, are they just whitened really super white, or is it like just one big unit of teeth. Also, this guy has a daughter, so together there are 3 children. Joanne decides that today is the day she is going to check in on her sons to see how they feel about her dating a man for the very first time since she was with their father. They don't know that she's married.
I think my mom deserves the absolute best. I've only spoken to Sean over the phone. I would hope he's a good guy.
How are you guys gonna get married in secret? Like, they aren't little kids. Well, this one is pretty little. But then she tells them that she would never let them stay in a situation where they didn't like her boyfriend and just had to pretend that everything was all hunky-dory. She tells us that in 1 week she will be taking the boys to meet him in Ireland, and then her ex-husband will take responsibility of the boys. So I don't know why she would tell them she wouldn't let them stay in an uncomfortable situation if they aren't even gonna be in this situation at all.
I've not told anybody about this move yet because
You're selfish!
I'm scared.
She says that she was praying to all the gods that her boys will be okay with Mr. Ireland. I thought that you were psychic, lady. You can't even get a hint?
Sean and I are actually married, and we have been for 2 years.
What? She has been lying to her entire family for 2 years, and now on this trip she's gonna tell the boys, oh, this is actually my husband, and we've been married for years. She is an idiot. He's like, why haven't we told the kids already? Why drag this out? It's been so long. And she's like, well, that's what was so cool. It was our little secret. I'm sorry, but how old are you?
How the hell am I explaining that I kept this from my family and my friends for this long?
They go back and forth about how they're gonna tell the boys, and then she tells him that she's gonna go ahead and tell her mom before she leaves. Oh, and also, if the boys don't like you, I don't think that I'm gonna be able to move to Ireland.
If my boys do not approve of my move to Ireland, I'm not going to be able to move there.
I was so excited to meet this couple, and I already cannot stand this lady. Moving on! Finally, we're with my favorite train wreck, James and Tata. Today is the day that James learned how to make banana chips. They still have not told James that he is there to stay. And you wanna know what else? They owe $700 a month on their car that is back in America.
I'm like, might as well talk about if we can make money making banana chips.
Okay, so that everyone can understand the stupidity here, the parents don't know they're moving in. They arrived to Indonesia with nothing in the bank and no job lined up. But somehow, James thinks he's gonna make at least $700 a month selling banana chips with her parents who will not pay him. So they're showing him how to make these cheesy banana chips, then he competes with mom to see who can pack them up the fastest, and he learns how to seal the bags.
15,000.
For $1.
$1, $2, $3, $4. $4.
How long did it take you to prepare and cook and package all of those banana chips for $4? That's not even the net profit. The final sale price was $4. But Tata says, don't worry, James, there's always money in the banana chip stand. So now it makes sense why Dad wouldn't pay him. He literally can't. The only way they will be able to make a profit is if they mark up the prices in a country where everyone and their mother is trying to sell banana chips.
Produksi jam kalau dijual lebih laris.
If we sell this, we can make a lot of money.
James is like, these are so freaking delicious. I could eat them all day. But it's a lot less profitable than what I thought. Then the dad says that the next time he makes banana chips, he should make a lot. And he's like, well, that kind of segues us into something that we've been wanting to talk about.
Kemungkinan kepengen pindah ke Indonesia. Mulai tinggal dia mulai.
Dad is thrilled. He is so excited to have another son packaging banana chips. Mom is also very happy. She says that this is what she has been wanting all along. But James brings up his concerns that if he does start working full-time for the dad, will he be able to pay off their debt in America? And after they reveal that they still owe 15,000 American dollars, the mood sort of shifts. Dad says they want to talk about it privately, but they want to help them get out of debt. James is like, I don't want to be a burden on the family. And the dad says, look, we'll help you, but you are forbidden from ever racking up debt again.
I mean, I would say yes, but sometimes in life you have to take a loan.
Kalau saya utang bank, berarti saya.
James is like, Tata, you need to help me explain to them why we're in the situation that we're in. And she's like, James, I'm just translating what you said. Dad keeps explaining why taking on debt is bad, and Tata just keeps translating, and James is like, okay, I know. So James had to take out a loan because his car unexpectedly broke down, and he needed his car, so he had it repaired. I just don't understand why you didn't spend more time trying to sell it off if you knew for months that you were coming to Indonesia. Tata is just acting as a mediator, relying on James to tell him everything. He starts getting frustrated and she's like, well, I'm just translating. He says, well, stop translating and just talk to them. Just tell them what happened.
And I need to think to translate.
You don't have to translate anymore. Talk to your parents and let them know.
I was trying to.
Okay, I will stay quiet.
Then they both just sit there awkwardly. It cuts to James' private interview and he's insisting that they were very nervous about burdening her parents, and he refuses to accept any money from them. He doesn't want them to pay off his loan, and he doesn't feel like Tata is communicating any of that to him.
I told you I'd follow your lead. I need you to be the lead in this, not me.
Tata is spiraling. Why? What is happening? The parents were so happy with you just inviting yourselves into their home, and they're not mad about the debt. They're just saying don't do it again. But Tata is getting mad at James.
Translate what you say, thinking, translate it to him.
Why is she attacking him in front of her parents? I hate it when a couple puts each other down in front of other people. It's so uncomfortable. It's embarrassing. So she's scolding him and he's like, Tata. That's why I thought it wasn't a good idea to have this conversation right now. Earlier, she was pressuring him to spill the beans, and now she is mad at him for going along with her plan.
I don't think we're ready to have this conversation.
We do. You just need to be patient as you can.
I really don't like how she talks to him. It's sharp, it's angry, and look at her face. Lots of anger and tension there. Dad's sitting there like, oh. Mom's sipping her tea super fancy.
If you want to be fancy, hold your pinky up like this.
They don't know what are we talking about. And I feel really bad.
Now that's fancy.
We don't want to burden you, and now here I am burdening you with my entire life. I cannot keep burdening you while I'm married. Mom's like, okay, it's not a problem. When you have your own children, you'll also feel responsible like we do. Tata is so worked up. She's doing that thing, like, you know when you've been crying so hard you can't even talk because you're just like, why do we do that? James is like, whoa, what is happening right now? As her mom embraces her in a hug, then the dad is like, hey, it's okay, kiss her feet and ask her for her forgiveness. Tata is hyperventilating. It looks like she's gonna pass out.
Mama duduk. Kamu cium kakinya.
What is happening right now? She's almost choking on all of her tears and snot as she is trying to desperately kiss her mother's feet.
Things have escalated very, very quickly. I have no idea what's happening anymore. I don't know even why she is so upset right now.
James, your guess is as good as mine. I think my jaw was on the floor the entire time I was watching that. She told us early on that she was very emotional, like in the very first episode, and I don't know if you remember, I asked you guys, do you think she's gonna be as bad as Mary? Because Mary was atrocious, but Tata introduced herself as unstable. So what do you guys think? Moving on to Ingi and Corona. You know what I love about his giant forehead? It makes me feel better about my giant forehead. I have a 6 head, you guys. If this channel ever blows up, I'll bring you guys with me to get my hairline lowered. I'll be taking donations starting now. It's their first morning together. While Corona is still asleep, Inky sneaks out to grab a giant wand.
Bolla, 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 bolla.
Bolladog.
Yeah, bun day.
Bun day, so that's why you smack my buns.
Yeah.
Inky tells us that it just so happens her first day there is also the national holiday known as Baludagar. AKA Bun Day. He says it's an old Christian holiday that leads up to Easter. I would love to know more about this, but we don't have time. He says something like for however many smacks a kid gives to their parents, that's how many buns the parents have to give to the children? Are buns like donuts? Corona gets dressed up like they're about to go clubbing and they head out for some buns.
Bolla is baked water dough bun filled with cream and jam, which are ridiculously delicious.
Babe, we need to take a trip to Iceland for some buns. I did notice that he ordered 4 buns and that was how many spankings that Corona gave to him. So he's keeping up with tradition. They sit down to eat their buns, which Corona admits is delicious, and then she discloses to him that she got the results from her nursing exam.
All nurses in the US have to take and pass. For me to go to midwifery school, for me to be a nurse in Iceland, I have to pass this damn test.
And he's like, don't worry, babe, I'm sure it's fine. And she's like, if I don't pass this test, I don't think I can stay in Iceland. And he's like, hey, we'll figure it out, just chill.
Yeah, we'll figure that out.
If you don't know why they're laughing, it's because it was exposed that these two were already broken up when it came time for them to film. At the time that Corona applied, they were dating. She applied to the show as a joke. She was in love with the show at the time, so she applied. By the time TLC reached out, they were already broken up, but she convinced him to get back on the show.
Should we check?
Yeah, let's check it out.
Dun dun dun!
Come on, don't act like you don't know. Don't act like you didn't check it the second that you got that email.
Ooh!
All right.
Yeah, girl passed.
If you don't keep up with what is happening in real time for the castmates, she ended up attending the University of Pennsylvania for midwifery. Anyways, he gets up and kisses her for her accomplishment, and she just starts screaming.
Congrats, babe.
Thank you.
It's awesome.
Yay! Yay!
She's like, babe, I need to get the ball rolling so I can get into midwifery school. And I don't think Inky is acting. I think he's genuinely very relaxed. He's a one day at a time kind of guy. He's like, we'll figure it out one step at a time.
I don't know if I've really told you necessarily how big of a deal all of this is, coming here.
She's like, you have only seen me in vacation mode. You haven't seen me in work mode. I've actually applied 4 times, and being with you is kind of derailing this dream that I have had my entire life. If the past version of me was saying that 5 years ago I would be giving up my dream to marry a white guy, I would punch myself in the face.
Oh, you're moving to Iceland to be with some freaking white dude. I would punch myself in the face.
I'm sorry, but that's a little bit racist. Are white people just supposed to pretend like it doesn't count because we're white? White people don't have feelings, just like gingers don't have souls. So Inky's like, well, worst case scenario, you don't get in this semester, but you'll get in next semester, right? She's like, dude, are you freaking serious? Do you realize how hard it is to get into this program? I was accepted. I need to jump on this opportunity. But also, Inky had no idea that she was up to all this.
Granted, I should have been more upfront and told him what a big deal that is to me, but also I wish I didn't have to spell everything out for him and that some things he would just pick up on his own.
Oh, yeah. common in every relationship with a man and a woman. The girl is like, why is he not picking up on these things? Why is he not putting two and two together? Just tell your man what you're thinking. You guys, you can't read his mind. Why do you want him to read yours? She's like, I know I've been acting like everything is really cool and chill. I think it's time for me to start breaking down those walls and being more honest with you.
I just maybe shielded you from a few things so far.
All right.
So I've been soft partnering him, which means if I'm ever upset or I have something on my mind, I just pretend it's not there. He has no idea who I really am, and now that I'm living in his house, I think it's like a good time to find out.
There have been some times where like legitimately I wanted to pop the off on you. Praying mantis bite your head off.
Oh.
The more I watch this, the more I like Inky. I mean, none of this is real, but he seems like a really fun hangout. Like, just come on over, we'll eat something, we'll just watch whatever's on TV. Like, he's just down for whatever. She tells him that she is soft partnering him for his benefit. I'm sorry, but that is so insulting. Honestly, I'm surprised that he even agreed to be on this show with her. I know that he had to see a million red flags.
Hey, if you pop off, I'm just gonna try to make you laugh.
That's a mistake.
Inky, I warned you, okay? That's all that I can say. And he's like, okay. I'm still gonna keep soft partnering the F out of you, okay? This is new. I've always been very honest in my relationships, and now she's just telling me that she's soft partnering me to shelter me? From what?
I'm a little nervous because I want to know, like, what else is there? Like, why are you not telling me?
Corona notices that his demeanor has changed, and she's like, hey, fix your face, bro. Did I scare you or what? And he says, not really, but sorta. And it looks like Corona is just waiting for the worst news. But instead, he says it's part of the journey. We're gonna learn about each other in the good and bad circumstances.
I just want this to work, obviously.
Of course.
Got a lot invested into this.
Yeah.
In the next episode, Statler and Dempsey don't know how to use their van, and Corona eats a shark.
No!
The fermented shark. You know, that's part of the tradition.
I literally almost threw up in my...
Joanne will reveal to her mother that she is already married, and James and Tata have a blow-up.
I want to stay with my mom and dad's house.
If you think abandoning your husband in another country is a good idea.
And that was it. Let me know what you thought about all these couples down below. I love you guys, and I will see you in the next episode. Bye!